This is the Abu factory at Svanksta in Sweden. At least, this is how it was 70 or 80 years ago when they used to make watches. They make lots of other stuff now. Come with me and I'll show you. Abu graduated from making prize pocket watches through time clocks, clocks for measuring and testing all sorts of equipment, through to taximeters, which also work by clockwork. Some of the original ones were a bit big, and the Howder taximeters became famous all over the world. Then eventually they developed the record. This was then the smallest taximeter in the world. Then came 1939 and the war, and petrol became in such short supply that nobody used taxis anymore. With the River Morum running past your back door, the obvious thing to go into was fishing tackle. And they were that good at making gears and precision instruments, it just had to be reels. There's an example of an early prototype of a fixed spool reel. Who said twin handles were new? It's also got the first ever external operating bail arm. I quite like that. But these are the reels for which Abu became famous, the multipliers. They started with the record multipliers going from 1000, 1200, 1400, 1300 models. The gearing precision as ever. The first ever push-button free spool. And they've gone right through the card from big game reels, salmon reels, tiny bait casting reels, up to things like that. One of the most modern multiplying reels on the market. That's the sort of product we're going to see being made. The first stage in the production of an ambassador reel is the product development department. Bang up-to-date computer technology allows a designer to construct a reel on the screen. This is destined to be the new Morum reel. So sophisticated is the computer, it then builds the individual reel components from the on-screen drawings. Once the prototypes are proven, the tool makers begin their task, making the tools that will put the finished reel into full-scale production. The thread EDM wire cutting system allows the computer's specifications to be precisely recreated. More than 1 million multipliers are built here at Svanksta every year, starting from scratch with top quality aluminium, brass and stainless steel bar stock, which will be precision milled. Abu have designed all of their own machines, and very clever they are too. Even gravity has a role. It's also very much a hands-on process. The eagle-eyed operators miss nothing. As you'd expect in environmentally conscious Sweden, there's no waste. All scrap goes back to the original supplier to be re-smelted. Look closely, heavy metal in more ways than one. A final polish means not only a superb finish, but a perfect fit. This is yet another example of Abu's aim, the handmade touch. The anodising process, where an electric current is passed through an acid bath, guarantees complete anti-corrosion protection and produces a permanent colour that can never chip or rust. The ideal material for durability. These worm drives operate the level wind mechanism. Each one is cut individually. Multiplier spools, which must be strong and made to thousandths of a millimetre precision, are each carved from a solid aluminium bar. All the components are regularly checked to ensure microscopic tolerances are maintained. And the finished products get a going over too. Random samples are tested to over 50,000 operations. All gear mechanisms are assembled by these robots. This is a top secret part of the Abu setup. But the final assembly and testing is done by hand. These practiced fingers can detect the smallest malfunction. Now for the really hard bit. If you've ever tried to put a reel back into its box, you'll know exactly what I mean. This lot get it right every time, and with 7,000 ambassadors a week, they get a lot of practice. So that's the story of Abu Garcia, the company that really is every angler's dream. Build a factory by a river and then make the time to go fishing.